Lurking deep in the nether regions of the ocean, the anglerfish lives and breathes. So deep, light does not even penetrate, and food is scarce. For such a dark and desperate existence, unusual tactics must be employed in order for the beast to eke out its meager existence. The anglerfish has devised a lure, a glowing light, hanging in front of its grotesque maw. Innocent prey will seek out these light sources only to be devoured by the disgusting creature. Kina is like the disgusting anglerfish, and similarly should not be trusted. When I first purchased the game, I was excited. Despite the cutesy graphics, the gameplay videos I had seen looked sharp. This, to all appearances, looked to be a game which could follow in the traditions of Spyro or Zelda for the PlayStation. And, in the beginning, this appeared to be true. However, as the game crept forward, the challenge level shot upward. I had been devoured. A fun and lighthearted adventure game turned into a dreaded Souls-like before my eyes. Progress became slow as every new enemy became an obnoxious challenge of learning patterns and dying over and over again. I do not recommend Kina. Kina's graphical style is at the heart of why I do not like this game. The actual quality of the graphics is surprisingly quite high. However, the cute and innocent style of the game hides a critical piece of information. The game is a sadistic trudge. If I had been aware of the nature of the game, I would have not played it. For this reason, I have to give Kina's deceptive graphics a low score. I give the graphics a 4 out of 10 because of the insulting immaturity of the creators of the game. The cute graphics are a cruel taunt on top of the ugly nature of the gameplay. The actual story of Kina is simplistic, and the characters are bland. It is disappointing because there are some interesting aspects to the world building in the game. Kina is a druidic spirit medium, tasked with cleansing a ghostly forest village. Unfortunately, the immaturity of the game's creators shows with every painful moment of dialogue. The cringe is real. I give the writing a 6 out of 10. Kina's gameplay is a solid attempt, unfortunately unfulfilled due to overzealous game creators. The actual combat is mostly smooth and well-tuned. Unfortunately, as with most aspects of this game, creators seem to feel the need to overcompensate with the later battle encounters. Bosses and mini-bosses had attacks with such wide hit radii that they were nearly impossible to avoid unless the player already knew where they would be. This requires every encounter to be fought over and over until the player masters the precise timing required to avoid the boss's deadly attacks. As Kina levels up, the fights do not get easier. Each attack on Kina is so deadly that she can rarely take more than 2 or 3 before dying. On the other hand, Kina's attacks often do very little, so the player is forced to whittle away at the enemy's health bar while frantically avoiding the deadly attacks which consume most of the small arenas in which the fights take place. Unfortunately, battles are so annoying that they made a game which should be fun and lighthearted, not fun, and very frustrating. Another area in which Kina suffers is the reward system and collection of items. As Kina progresses through the game, she collects Totoro-like spirits who fight by her side, called Rot. Collecting Rot creatures allows Kina to level up and unlock new abilities. Aside from this, however, the primary reward in Kina for opening chests and tackling challenges is unlocking new hats for the little Rot creatures. The hats are pointless, and there are quite a lot of them. The ever-present hat reward system, which serves as the primary gameplay motivation loop, just serves to exemplify the absurdity of the game's challenges. The banal rewards feel disappointing and serve as a burden to the player already unamused by the game's inaccessibility. Again and again, Ember Labs demonstrates a lack of understanding of what motivates a player, where the line is drawn, going from challenging to frustrating. I give the gameplay a 4 out of 10. All in all, Kina is a game which could have shown in many areas, but due to a lack of understanding of their audience and a seeming need to show off, the game is fundamentally flawed and unfun. I am not a fan of Souls-like games in general. I believe a game should present challenges that reasonably correspond to the abilities of the characters. Forcing a player to fight the same enemies repeatedly until perfection is an annoying, game-lengthening tactic and diminishes the game's enjoyability. If a player wishes for a higher challenge level, all I can say is that is what hard mode is made for. I cannot truly recommend this game to anyone, even to fans of the Dark Souls games. Fans of Dark Souls will likely be turned off by the childish art style of the game. Similarly, younger audiences who might like that style will probably be frustrated by the unforgiving gameplay. Though it would be a funny prank to give this game to a little girl if you ever wanted to ensure that she would never want to play another video game again. My advice to Ember Labs is to think more about who your game is for before committing to such an outlandish premise. It is clear that there are many talented people on the team. It is a shame that the game is so contradictory in its aspirations. I give Kina a 5 out of 10 and a fillet of fish. That's the tea. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe to Waves from the Outside YouTube channel. Have a great day.